Have you ever stopped to consider who's really in control of your thoughts, your choices, your desires? Are you truly living from conscious will, or are you simply reacting from programming that was installed before you could even write your name? You see, most people walk through life with zero awareness of how their subconscious mind actually works. Yet, ironically, everything they do is being dictated by it, their feelings, their decisions, even their so-called free will. The subconscious isn't just a passive memory bank, it's an operating system. And unless you understand how it was programmed, you'll spend your entire life thinking you're awake, when in reality you're just running someone else's software. Let's break this down. From about the age of 2 to 8, your brain exists in a highly absorbent state, what scientists call a theta state. In this phase, everything you see, hear, and experience gets embedded directly into your subconscious with no filter. This is where your deepest beliefs are formed. Beliefs about love, safety, identity, worth, power, masculinity, femininity. And here's the terrifying part. Unless those beliefs are examined later in life, they become the invisible compass that guides your every move. You're not thinking, you're reacting to childhood conditioning, reacting to unresolved trauma, reacting to subconscious narratives you never consciously agreed to. Now ask yourself, who shaped those early inputs? Your parents, their trauma, their unresolved wounds, or maybe something even bigger? Let's zoom out. If the subconscious is programmable, and it is, then whoever controls the inputs controls the people. And the elites have known this for centuries. We're not talking speculation here. We're talking documented psychological warfare that dates back over 100 years. Enter Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud. This man didn't just understand the subconscious, he weaponized it. Working with both the CIA and top advertisers, Bernays crafted messaging strategies that bypassed logic and targeted emotion. He's the reason women started smoking. He's the reason bacon became a breakfast food. He's the reason propaganda became rebranded as public relations. Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda minister, studied Bernays' work religiously because it worked. Fast forward to today, and that same model has evolved into a hyper-targeted psychological operation, amplified by 24/7 digital media, advanced algorithms, and a society addicted to screen time. Let's be blunt. Do you really believe that the sudden explosion of gender confusion, sexual identity crisis, and hypersexualized media is an organic phenomenon? Or is it more likely that mass subconscious programming, especially of children, is being strategically orchestrated? This isn't about judgment, it's about patterns. You can't scroll through modern media without being hit with sexually suggestive content. It's in cartoons, in award shows, in kids programming, in advertising, and somehow society has normalized this. Think about it. Children between ages 2 and 8 are now spending hours a day on screens. Screens that feed them subconscious suggestions about who they are, what they should want, how they should behave. Boys are being feminized. Girls are being hypersexualized. And everyone is being pulled further away from natural polarity and the power of biological design. This isn't inclusion, it's disruption. Let's take a concrete example. Several years ago, I sat on the couch with my young nephew as he watched a popular Disney show. What stood out? The boys were wearing pink, the girls were masculine, the adults reinforced reverse gender roles. All of it seems so innocent, until you understand how symbolism works. In wardrobe psychology, color is used to create emotional and subconscious association. Pink has long been associated with femininity. So why are boys on children's shows now being routinely dressed in pink? The subconscious message is subtle but profound. Femininity is good. Masculinity is outdated. When you pair this with effeminate male characters, aggressive female leads, and storylines that invert traditional dynamics, the result is confusion. And confusion in the subconscious creates instability in identity. It's not just Disney, it's music, it's Netflix, it's award shows and TikTok trends. The transformation of child stars like Miley Cyrus into overtly sexualized icons isn't an accident. It's a template, a blueprint for how to erode the sacred. It trains girls to find power in promiscuity, and it trains boys to objectify the feminine and abandon the masculine. Let's be clear, there is nothing wrong with diversity or inclusion, but when suddenly every single show features the exact same archetypes, something bigger is at play. Patterns matter, especially when they're repeated across platforms, networks, and even children's content. Representation is being used as repetition. Repetition is the mother of programming. And the more children are exposed to certain roles, images, and narratives, the more their subconscious normalizes what it sees. This isn't theory. This is neuroscience. And at the top of this pyramid, above the producers, the writers, the wardrobe departments, sits a coordinated agenda, enforced through elite think tanks like the Council on Foreign Relations, founded in 1921. They don't just influence policy, they shape perception. And perception, when embedded into the subconscious, becomes reality. So what's the goal? Why spend billions on cultural engineering, sexual inversion, and subconscious destabilization? Simple. Control. When you destroy the family unit, you destroy the strongest source of grounded identity. You destroy tradition. You destroy spiritual structure. You destroy community resilience. And most of all, you destroy love. When love is replaced with lust, fear, addiction, and egoic validation, people become pliable. They're easier to manipulate, easier to divide, easier to sell, easier to rule. A society obsessed with dopamine hits and identity labels is a society that cannot organize against its oppressors. That's the point. Let's play this out. What happens when the majority of youth stop identifying with their natural biology, when they view their bodies as defective, when they're encouraged to mutilate themselves before their brain is even developed? What happens when sex becomes transactional and relationships become disposable and parenthood is seen as outdated? We are watching that unfold in real time. Birth rates are plummeting. Depression is skyrocketing. Young adults are more confused than ever, and yet told they're more free than ever. But freedom without truth is just disorientation, and disoriented people are easy to guide towards self-destruction. So what can we do? You start by turning off the noise, by becoming radically intentional about what goes into your mind and your children's. Guard your inputs. You can't just consume anything and expect to stay sovereign. Reclaim stillness. Every moment you sit in silence and think critically, you break the spell of distraction. Study the subconscious. Learn how your earliest experiences may be running your adult life like a shadow puppeteer. Unlearn the lies. What you were taught about power, identity, sexuality, success. It's time to reevaluate all of it. Most of all, return to love. Not the hollow Hollywood version, but real love. Love rooted in honor, self-awareness, and divine truth. The future of humanity depends on our willingness to reclaim the mind. Not just the conscious mind, but the subconscious battleground where most of our reality is shaped. You weren't born to be a puppet. You were born to be a creator. So stop letting media moguls, shadow governments, and algorithmic gods define your essence. Wake up, protect the next generation, and question everything. If this message spoke to your soul, do something with it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, start deprogramming, because the war for your mind is already underway.